Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Vikings going up against the Eagles. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And the wideout in motion. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. So we've got a 2nd and 5. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And on 2nd and 10 now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down. Defense showing blitz. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That's pulled in at the 32. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, he told me, I'm not going, though, but I was telling him he didn't hit me up. I contacted like at 3 o'clock just to make sure.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater.
Oh gosh.
Lucky there.
And he said something about his phone not being with him, or.
Time to feature the offensive starters.
But he got back to me, it was 9:15.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already.
I know, but he was saying, no, but he was saying to me like his understanding was, you know, we had an agreement, so I was just gonna you know, be there. But for me, I gotta know. I gotta know where we coming from. Oh, good catch.
And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big time confidence.
Maybe I bring him back a bottle or something.
And he did.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. First down, Bridgewater. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Jordan Hicks played inside and outside linebacker while in college. He'll do the same in the NFL and make a lot of plays in doing so.
Feel bad.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now a second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
A second down throw for Bridgewater. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Oh, man.
Fresh set of downs here. Bridgewater on 1st down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Their big tight end. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And this one through the uprights and good. After the touchdown.
I gotta work tomorrow too, man. Time I was gonna fucking.
And this
I found out from David this afternoon. I was like, yo, I'm working tomorrow. He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, shit.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And on the first drive,
say what?
And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you
and then I gotta pick the bag tonight to take with me.
And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Big fella. Big fella.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
So stupid. What you doing there, baby?
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Throwing his Wentz. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And they'll run it here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Once again here on 2nd and 10.
Ooh.
Looking left sideline. Incomplete.
What can I do? What can I do?
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Leopard. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56 now.
Now, Wentz again. Left side, caught by Matthews. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
I think that's all right.
The defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Shut up, I missed this.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
And on the ground they go with a running back. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
What do I like here?
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And a nifty little deep juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads it so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
Come on now.
He had the read,
Come on now.
was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. It's a tried and true formula.
Come on now.
Change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it in with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative.
Ooh, good running, big fella.
Fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Second down following the run. Now a handoff as they run left side. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the speed.
There you go, big fella.
Now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their
Big
speed to make
fella.
plays in the backfield, similar to that one. Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
On first down, they'll run it on
Oh,
the draw
come on.
play. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning. So maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Brief break in the action here. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And Matthews has it right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Let's see what we got
So
going
3rd
over
and medium
here.
here, 3rd and 5. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass.
I don't believe it.
Throwing now is Wentz. He gets it to Matthews, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On play action, it's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19. 39. Back 99. Philly. Here we go. Over.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Here's Cody Parkey now for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Vikings. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go play action here on first down. Deep drop. He's going to wind up and
Oh, come on.
unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Let me cut that shit here.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Left side, it's Dorsett.
Twice already.
Touchdown,
That's
Vikings.
twice.
Philip Dorsett, 37 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Wentz now on first down. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. He had time, was able to serve the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Detroit! Now let's go!
Now a play fake here on first down. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Wentz will try again on second down. Ertz has it left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
We're still in search of the first down after that last completion. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Anthony Barr with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to roam now. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding the clock. The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Yeah, the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
He picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Football's such a game of tendencies.
Fullback dive.
One, you think of, yeah, fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
Yeah, the movement was defensive, and they got him for a loss. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. So he got 3 on 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Wins to throw on 2nd down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
There's completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands,
speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
What is the speed threshold on this speed?
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They'll give it to him right up the gut.
Too much sauce. Too much sauce.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And he motions the wide receiver. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. Play action. Now Wentz. Left side caught by Matthews. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
In the red zone this time.
No. Jack, Patriot. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that was kind of interesting. It appears this coaching staff really trusts this rookie early in his career. They want to get him a touchdown here in his NFL debut.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down.
Oh, good pick.
Going to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Vikings offense works their way back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity.
Come on, fellas.
Create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys.
Come on, fellas.
Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Second down following the incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back near the goal line, Bridgewater.
Oh, give me a pick for the cry. Oh, my gosh.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders got a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Thank you. What the?
Complete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And he's able to get it out of there. This is a pretty good kick. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
Red zone.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Again, it's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains.
There's completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Oh, yeah.
Now Wentz. And
come on.
It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Show speed, show speed.
Going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone plunk it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
See it. Throw it away. Throw it away.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 1st down, Wentz. And Matthews makes the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Here we go,
Wentz now on 1st down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well in attacking the football.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Once again here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case,
baby.
This is caught.
Gotcha, baby. I don't celebrate.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Eagles get a score closer. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the wideout in motion. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments in this one. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Throwing. Bridgewater. Over the middle. Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll be 1st down Vikings. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Now they'll run it on the toss.
Oh, make them move it.
And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout.
Square them up. Square them up.
Seconds, so one more chance to stop the clock here.
Square them up.
And we'll be back. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They come up in an offset eye. Bridgewater. Going right side.
Give me that pick.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Lutz's kick is good. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
All right,
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
Oh,
and this is
come on, Madden.
And that should do it.
Come on, Madden.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Escape.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, So special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Vikings, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.
Beat him inside. Man. Come on, Martin. Nothing I could have done there. Like anytime.